Welcome everyone, this is Nim Kolkar. Dull, dreary, gloomy afternoon here in Sydney. I'm not sure if it's going to rain because I forgot to check the forecast, but it does look like it. Okay, let's wait. And make sure that you're all here with me, enjoying Sunday afternoon. How is everyone doing? This is Nim Kolkar. Welcome to Sunday Chats with Nim. And those of you who join me every weekend for this show, you know what I always ask you to do. No prizes for guessing. That's right. You've got to let me know that you're there. So just say hi, Nim. And then I can say hi back to you and we can dive straight into today's topic. Okay. So in today's Sunday Chats with Nim, what I'm going to be talking about is a topic that has resonated with a lot of people, and a lot of people have written to me asking me to write about it, and that is the topic of productivity. So the title for today's topic is What to Do When You Are Not As Productive as the Rest of Your Friends. Okay, so that is today's topic. Hi Romi, so hopefully I've said your name right. Hi Kale, hi Poonam, welcome everyone. So I think a few people are here, but I just want to make sure that the rest of the tribe has come on board and then we can get started. So if you have any questions related to this topic about not feeling like being very productive, even though it seems like everyone else around you is, then please type those in the comments as we go through today's session. Okay, so I am going to wait for a bit. Until then, I'm going to try and untangle my earphones. It seems to be something I do all day long and I never learn, because each time I hop onto Facebook Live, for some reason, miraculously, the earphones are always entangled. I can't remember the last time I got onto a live with my earphones not tangled. Oh well, keeps me entertained. Poonam says you're looking beautiful today. Oh, thank you, Poonam. That's very kind of you. Thanks very much. Okay, so today's topic, when you're not as productive as the rest of your friends. So you know what? Nowadays, social media is this incredibly busy, buzzing place. In fact, it's a whole lot busier than it used to be once upon a time before the pandemic. And why is it so busy? Because wherever you look, whatever you read, there seems to be this constant underlying message that we've got to be using all this downtime in a very smart manner. There's this underlying message that we've got to learn new skills, pick up new hobbies, cook exotic dishes whose names we can't even pronounce half the time. So in general, there's this constant pressure to do more, to be more, to achieve more. And it's a little bit almost as though all of us have been tossed inside one giant, huge pressure cooker. And for many of us, it's really difficult to keep up with this pressure. It's really difficult to keep up with the intensity of it all and the pace. And because we can't keep up with the intensity and the pace, we can't keep up with the resulting guilt. The ongoing, ever-present, crushing guilt that we are not doing much when we should be doing so much more. So today, I want you to try and feel a little bit better about yourself. I just want you to remember, first and foremost, that life is not a race, right? Even if others around you are making you feel as though it's a race. You need to do things at your own pace. Don't worry about what the rest of the world is doing. Don't worry that the rest of your friends are going to overtake you. Even if they overtake you, what's the big deal? Let them. Your mental and emotional and physical well-being has to be your top priority during these times. Okay, so it can all seem like this big, busy. You don't need to be part of that rat race. Even if others seem to be a lot more productive than you are, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Let me just pause here and say a few quick hellos. Garima says, hi Nim. Hi Garima, how are you doing? Esther says, hi Nim. Hi Esther. I know there's a lot more people out there who are watching. Hey everyone, this is Nim Golkar. Some of you know me and have known me for many, many years, and some of you might be new to this page, but that shouldn't stop you from saying a quick greeting to me, because I love saying hi to you all. So today we're talking about productivity, or the lack of productivity, when we're supposed to be so much more productive than we currently are. And I don't want you to feel guilty about it. Okay? We need to start being a little bit more patient with ourselves, a little kinder to ourselves. Do you know why? Because the times we're living in, these are times of economic upheaval. These are times of financial distress. A lot of people have lost their jobs. They've lost their primary source of income. A lot of businesses have closed down. So by no stretch of the imagination are these easy times, right? You need time to grieve the loss. You need time to adjust to the new reality. You can't actually rush this process of grieving, because everything that was once normal has changed, right? It's all new. We're learning to work from home. We're learning to do online schooling. We're learning to have everyone under the same roof 24/7. All of this takes time, which is why we need to be a little bit more patient and not be obsessed with productivity. I want to use the analogy of Mother Nature. I would like us to learn a lesson or two from Mother Nature. Think about it. We're in winter at the moment in Sydney. And nature, she never takes us directly, does she, from winter to summer. It's never a direct journey. There's always a transition. She takes us from winter to summer gently via spring. So we can tell that Mother Nature understands the meaning of transition, and we need to learn from her. Like I said, we are in times of transition, and that's why we need time to grieve. If you, my friend, feel like crying, cry. Don't hold the tears in, because tears are cleansing. They cleanse the soul. If you feel like not being very productive, doesn't matter what the rest of your family or your friends are doing. If you don't feel like being very productive at the moment, that's fine. Give yourself some downtime to recharge your batteries. That is very, very much required. Okay, serious topic, but I'm going to pause and say my highs. Nitin Mehta says, hi. Hi, Nitin. Welcome. Rashmi says, hey, Nim. Hope you are well. Thank you, Rashmi. I hope you're well too. Hi, Ram. How are you? And Anu says, Nim, love the topic. Anu says, love the topic of non-productivity. I love the topic of non-productivity as well, Anu, right? Because that's the thing. There's this massive pressure. Be productive, do more, be more, achieve more. And it's soul crushing. Wherever you look on social media, like I said at the beginning, everyone's posting all these fabulous pictures, which is great, which is fabulous, right? Because we do need to, for those of us who can, why not use this time, of course, to pick up a new skill, learn a new hobby, do things that you've always wanted to do. That's fabulous. But there are many, many others who are feeling the pressure of all this productivity that is happening around them. So this video is for all of you. You need to start being a little kinder to yourselves in these not so kind times. Someday it's going to get better, right? Someday you're going to achieve everything you wanted to achieve. Someday you're going to be a whole lot more productive than you are right now. But for now, it's okay if you simply spend your time from sunrise to sunset, getting through the day, dealing with whatever the day is throwing your way, and then waiting for tomorrow. Sometimes we simply have to navigate through life one moment at a time. So that's it really that I wanted to talk about today. It's because I've been watching social media very, very closely, and I've been noticing that there's this frenzy of action that's currently happening, right? So many people are posting videos of so many wonderful things, which is great. But there are so many others who don't feel like doing anything. Maybe you just want to watch Netflix, have a bag of popcorn and relax. And you don't have to feel guilty about it. It's perfectly okay. Why? Because you're building your emotional, physical, mental resilience in these difficult times. But let's say that you haven't felt very motivated or productive for a long time, and suddenly you decide one fine day that, you know what, I'm going to put all that behind me and I'm going to take huge strides and I'm going to achieve massive goals. My suggestion would be to, again, think of it as a transition, right? You can't go from point A to point Z in one big leap because you'll simply burn yourself down. So what you need to do instead is set incremental goals. Start by setting small, easily achievable goals. And then when you achieve those small goals, then the next goal that you set needs to be a little bit bigger, a little bit more difficult to achieve. But you need to do all this one step at a time. Personally, one of the techniques I use is I sort of put on a timer. You've all read my posts about that. And usually the timer is for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then I do as much as I can in those 15 minutes. And when the timer goes off, it's time for me to say bye-bye to that task and move on to something different. Okay, so use a timer, particularly if it's for a task that you're not very passionate about, it's not something that you enjoy, it's something you've been putting off for a long, long time. Don't try to start and finish it all in one go, because you're not going to be able to build up enough motivation to do that. It's very scary to do things that you don't like, particularly if they're time consuming. So at times like these, when the goal is completely unattractive, is something you don't want to do, but you know has to be done, I suggest using a timer. Okay, and set it for something manageable, not for an hour. Set it for maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes and get as much as you can done. Some of you may have read that post I wrote a long time ago about housework. That's how I used to do housework in the good old days when I had to be out of the house by 8 o'clock in the morning, to my meetings and stuff like that. I would set the timer for some days for 30 minutes, some days for 20 minutes, some days for 15 minutes, and then do as much of the housework as I could till the timer went off. Okay, and once the timer went off, then I would go on to doing other stuff like getting the kids ready or checking my emails or whatever it was, getting ready for the day. Because housework is one such thing which you can actually spend your entire life doing and you won't know where the time goes. And like I always say, no one on their deathbeds ever looks back and regrets the fact that they did not dust or mop a little more. So always keep in mind the things that you have to get done every single day, like housework, cleaning, etc. But also keep in mind the tasks, keep in mind the activities that add a sense of meaning and purpose to your life. You need to make the time for those activities. Okay, let's see my highs. Prachi says, hello Nim. Hi Prachi. Prachi asks, will you be talking about anxiety in these difficult situations? That's a good topic, Prachi. I will certainly make a note of that, and maybe I can have a session one of these days on Sunday Chats where we talk specifically about anxiety. And Rashmi says, I like the sentence of navigation of the day just from sunrise to the next day. Well, Rashmi, that's how it is sometimes, isn't it? We can only take life one day at a time. There are many, many days when I just tell myself, like, just soldier on until sunset. Just soldier on until the end of the day. Because there are times in lives when that is all we can manage, surviving from sunrise to sunset. And we're so harsh to ourselves. We demand so. No wonder so many of us are riddled with guilt. No wonder so many of us are buckling under the pressure of productivity. So like I said at the start of the session, it doesn't matter if the rest of your friend circle is doing amazing things on social media. It doesn't matter if all your friends are learning new skills and cooking up a storm or whatever the case may be. This is not a race. Life is not a race. It's not a competition. Yes, people may go ahead. They might overtake you. But we need to start putting things into perspective. Is it really the end of the world if people achieve more than you do? Isn't your emotional and mental well-being far more important at this given point in time? So I'm going to wrap up today's session with this parting message. Be a little kinder to yourself in these not so kind times. This will pass, and one day all of this will simply be a memory that we look back on. So you need to hang in there. Take one day at a time, because sometimes in life, that's all we can do. Navigate life one day at a time. Alrighty, my friends, so off I go. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the Sunday and a wonderful upcoming week. Have a great time. I'll probably see you in the next few days with another video, and again for Sunday Chats with Nim next week on Sunday at 4 p.m. Sydney time. Take care. Love you all. Bye for now.